We're officially 5 days into the month of November, and if you have wondered what's kind of going on with some of this, I am taking part in Movember, or other words, No Shave November, I think is what a lot of folks call it. But I wanted to do more than just grow a beard and say we're doing this for cancer awareness. I wanted to have real conversations on TV with real cancer doctors in our area, and I wanted to do it for you. Different doctors each week on television to talk about the different issues that a lot of guys face, that includes prostate cancer, testicular cancer. So I'm super proud to say that every Thursday morning during the month of November, we will be doing just that. We will have cancer doctors, some of the best in their fields, on TV talking about awareness and prevention. And as a lot of you know, I've had a couple of cancer scares over the last few years. I had a melanoma removed from my neck a couple of years ago. I got this giant, like 8-inch scar here, and it's badge of honor, I guess, in some ways. And then last spring, I had a tumor removed from my groin, and the doctor that removed it was a gentleman right there. Man, he is a hero to me. Dr. Rajiv Rajani. He is the chief of orthopedic oncology at UT Health San Antonio, MD Anderson Cancer Center. It's a long title, and I break it down and I say he's a cancer killer. He's my hero, man. One of your specialties is dealing with sarcomas, which is what we thought I had when I came out and met you for the first time. And I remember, and I will never forget this, my wife and I sitting there and you telling me that that's what you thought it was. And I cried, and my wife immediately got on her phone and began Googling what that was. So for folks out there who don't know what this is, what exactly is a sarcoma?
Yeah, thanks, David, for having me on. And I really appreciate the time and what you're doing for cancer awareness. And sarcoma is a cancer. Really, it's a cancer that starts in the tissues, either bone or the soft tissues like fat, tendons. And that's different than the cancers that we mostly talk about, which are breast cancer, lung cancer, prostate cancer, which start in organs. And the really difference is they can be in the bone and the soft tissue, which is kind of two separate aspects of sarcoma.
Can you feel it? Can you see it? Like in my case, it was a lump, like a golf ball sized tumor. What are the warning signs or the potential signs of something like that?
Yeah, and there's a few things we can look for that we really need our primary care docs and you to look for. Is pain, is one, specifically pain at night. That's one of the things we worry about. And really pain that's not related to any trauma. So sometimes you'll see a child that's limping, it can even happen in children, and they didn't have any history of trauma, but why is the child limping? So we always have to look there. Swelling on one side of one extremity that doesn't really relent. It's just persistent and stays there and doesn't go away when you elevate it. And really, the biggest thing we talk about, especially for the soft tissue tumors, are lumps that are bigger than a golf ball. Those really need to be investigated. The vast majority smaller than that are fatty tumors, but the ones that are over a golf ball, we do have to be aware that those are higher risk for being sarcomas.
What do you do if you find one of these things?
Well, my first opinion is you should get an opinion from somebody who's educated and treated these regularly. So, at UT Health, MD Anderson, San Antonio, we've got a variety of experts that are focused on these types of tumors. And so, one, you get a good history and physical exam. Two, you get some appropriate imaging. And three, we get a biopsy or sample of it if need be to make sure and rule out. And then we have to go and surgically figure out how to get these things out of there.
I have to ask you this. I think our viewers would really appreciate. I told you one time, I said, man, I just cannot stay off the internet. Like, I am doing the news and have my phone, and I was searching, what kind of cancer I thought I might have, what kind of sarcomas, because there's a whole bunch of them, and a lot of them are very rare. And I freaked myself out. And I said, should I stop? And you had a real interesting response about all of that.
Yeah, I have a different view than many other physicians. Is one, I think it's our duty to know what's out there on the internet, because there's a lot of truth, but there's also a lot of misguidance. Sarcoma specifically is a really wide range of tumors, some that are low grade and should not affect your life, some that are really dangerous and put people's lives at risk. So again, our duty is to know what's out there. Go ahead and go and search the internet, bring the questions to us, and we should be able to give you the best answers as a result of that.
I have 15 seconds. It's not fair to do this, but why are guys so bad at dealing with these issues? Because we're all so bad at this.
Yeah, it's a great question. I wish I'd be. I think that's a sociology question, but we are terrible. The Y chromosome definitely makes us higher risk for waiting too long. So go and see your doc, especially if you have bigger than a golf ball size mass, and we'll check it out.
Yeah, for you guys whose wives are like, you got to go to the doctor on everything, and this is just one of the many, your wife's right, so listen to her. He is Dr. Rajiv Rajani. I call him the cancer doctor, the cancer killer, the miracle man. He's got a lot of titles, but sir, thank you so much for waking up with us early and educating us. If folks have questions, concerns, reach out to the folks who actually know some stuff, like my friend, Dr. Rajiv Rajani. You can call the number there at the screen, 210-450-1000. The folks at UT Health are just miracle workers. Go see them. You can also access all that information online, cancer.uthscsa.edu.